Why are you still single? Are you having trouble getting out there into the dating world? Well, if you're not single by choice, I have a little secret for you.
There's pee in the dating pool.
On today's episode, we're going to discuss just that, as well as the nuances of online dating. And TJ is going to drop the top 9 cities in which singles are having the best luck finding their match. So get your notebooks out and strap down for another episode of the Sophisticatedly Ratchet Podcast. Let's get it.
Okay.
Yay!
Live.
Hey.
Back at it again.
What's up?
Back at it
Welcome
again.
back to the Sophisticatedly Ratchet Podcast, also known as the So Ratchet Podcast. We drop new episodes every Wednesday, everywhere you hear podcasts. So happy Wednesday, Tribe. You're listening to a new episode.
Happy Wednesday.
Hump day.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
My name is TJ, the Unicorn Gemini, and I bring duality to the podcast. Today, I am with my crew, better known as Flash the Philosopher, Spew God Mash, Drip Drip,
Demi.
Shake the Wanderer, and Lil Mo, BX Finest.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah.
Did you see Cardi B's new episode or a new promo for her?
Promo?
Well, she was
for
doing
her
promo
song.
and she was on $1 million worth of game.
Yes,
with
I
Wallow.
saw that.
Yeah.
And they said they love her authentic self.
Yes. And they asked
Mhm.
her, they said, which one is the dirtiest borough? They be saying the Bronx is the dirtiest and all this other stuff.
Mhm.
And she was like, to be honest, it's when you in Manhattan where you see all the rats. It don't be the Bronx.
Thank you. In Harlem. I'm telling you.
They be, in the garbage cans and in the trash
Yes.
cans or trash bags on the street. As you
See?
walk by, you scared to walk by. You don't do that in the Bronx. Go ahead, Mo.
Yes.
Go ahead, Mo.
Yo,
Yes,
I will say
thank you.
Manhattan is the only borough where I've had a rat run over my foot. Like he ran out the sewer, ran onto my foot. He skedaddled back a little bit, and then he ran back in the sewer. And I was like,
It's true.
that just happened.
And I'm not
That's wild.
and no shade, and we're gonna move on after this, but no shade. Me and TJ went to school in Harlem, and there was times when we would walk up, we had to walk 3 blocks, and that whole block would smell crazy because of the trash.
Mhm.
So it was so I'm just saying. But y'all want to talk about the Bronx. But I agree with you, Cardi B. As a fellow Bronx Knight to a BX Finest, I agree. I agree with Manhattan.
Now we're going to move it over to
What we doing?
the Reform Fuck Boy,
Hey,
Shake the Wanderer, with the word of the week.
word of the week.
Word of the week.
Give us something good. I want to learn today. I want to learn.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what it do? It's your boy Shake, and I am here to bring you today's word of the week, all right? And today's word of the week is ebullient, okay? Ebullient means full of enthusiasm, excitement, or fervor, or high-spirited, okay? Ebullient is an adjective. I'm going to use it in a sentence. I felt really ebullient when my boss told me that I got the raise that I had been hoping for. Ebullient.
I got one. A couple invited me into their bedroom to be a bull, and I was ebullient about that.
Okay.
It works. It works.
Okay.
It works.
It's
That was a very slow sentence. You have to say it to
cuckolding
someone
101.
really slow to undo that.
Coco correct.
Yeah, slow.
Coco
But okay,
correct.
we take it. We take it. All right, Tribe.
I'll
Thank you
use
so
that
much
regularly.
for that, Shake. Thank you so much for that. Tribe, can we do something different? Well, we do this, but let's get back to this. If you hear us say the word and they used it correctly, let's take a nice little sip.
Whatever you drinking on.
And if you smoking, take a little
I like that.
pull. Pull.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the word pull. I don't smoke. I don't smoke.
A toke, you know.
A
Mhm.
toke.
Okay,
You
Okay.
inhale.
that's a
Yes,
fact.
And let's get this
Okay.
episode started, tribe. And if you save this episode for the weekend, make sure you get your girlfriends or your guy friends to listen to this because we're talking about relationships, we're talking about dating, and
Gang.
we're talking about pee in the dating pool. Tribe,
Mhm.
are you single? Are you married? Are you in a relationship? Are you in a situationship? What's your status? Remember on Facebook, we used to put in our status and it would
ASL.
be,
Oh no, that's
It's
uh,
Facebook.
complicated in a
that's
relationship,
right.
married.
Remember that? I'm taking it
Yeah.
back, tribe. All right, so let's go down the list. Flash, tell the
What's up?
tribe your status, your relationship status.
Wow.
My relationship status
Really?
is in love with myself, but if I had to like break it down to normal human terms and shit, I am a single man. That's my marital status. That's what I filed my taxes with.
Thank you.
So
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. And what about you, Mash? Spew
Oh,
God drip drip.
you know what's crazy? This nigga Shake threw me to the wolves just now because I didn't put myself in there. He definitely moved my
I
shit.
didn't
Oh,
move you. My
man.
hands.
Really?
that's funny.
I definitely didn't move you.
Somebody moved me. It
Oh,
wasn't
God.
me. Nah, I'm in a relationship.
Okay. All right. So, ladies, he's in a relationship. All right. And
Take
then
it,
let's
take
move
it,
it on
take it.
over to Shake the Wanderer.
I'm gonna
Oh
be.
What's your
I'm
man.
gonna
status
be. I'm gonna
on
be like. I'm gonna be like Mo in the situation. I'm gonna hold up two cards in a relationship, but
I'm
it's
taking.
complicated.
So.
In a relationship, no, I'm holding up
Oh
two
no, that's
cards
how
in a
she does her burner
relationship, but it's
questions.
complicated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's very
Facts.
Right.
indecisive.
With two burner crushing cards. Yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
It's really
Yes,
ratchet.
well, how Pisces go. All right, and let's go to Lil Mo. So the fellas know what Lil Mo's about. What you putting
Yes.
in your Facebook statuses?
My Facebook status remains the same as it's on. If you check Facebook right now, and it says in a relationship.
Okay.
That's what
Okay,
it says on
okay.
Facebook. But that I've never changed my Facebook status from years
Really? How long
ago.
has that been up? How long has that been up? Over 10 years?
Since over 10 years.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, never.
Nice.
Would you
Yeah,
say you've been in a relationship for over 10 years? Or you just
no,
haven't
not
changed it?
over 10. I just haven't changed it. I just
Okay.
never changed it. I just left it. Yeah.
Yo,
Mhm.
you have you ever stalked somebody and was like, hey,
Yeah.
you saw a little bit of a little turbulence in their relationship, and you be waiting for their relationship status to change, like,
Mhm.
Oh
That's how
yeah,
it
then
used
that's
to
when they
be.
started. Yeah, that's how it used to be. Then they start jumping in there like, hey, big
Facts.
head,
what's up?
hey, big head, what's up?
But you know what's wild? Like
Hey, big
Facebook.
head.
Wait, does
That's right,
Facebook
Mo.
still announce it to the world though? Like, does Facebook still put it in like a whole post? Like, oh shit,
This person
X Y
changed
Z
their
is
status
single.
to single.
I don't think so. I don't
That'd
even
be
be on
way
Right.
Facebook
too
like
much.
that,
Cause
but
they,
I
they
don't.
used to put that on blast and shit, so they
Way too
know
much.
the
Like
world
the
know that you
update,
lonely again and
status
shit.
update,
Oh yeah, the update. Yeah, they can see when you change
Yeah.
your
Nah,
stuff.
like the
Yeah.
notifications of it. Yeah.
I feel like the Facebook, Instagram family they have heard our cries and they've made a lot of changes. Because
They ain't trying to fuck up
remember they
relationships.
used to see
Right.
remember chicks used to be able
You
to
used to
see
see people
everything
like
you like
people.
too. Like
Yeah.
that was too much too. Like
Mhm.
y'all doing too much.
You
Come
in
on,
a relationship.
they don't need to see everything I'm
Right.
liking.
You
But
know what?
now all you see is your nigga like this and everybody else. Like they'll see. They
That's
actually
a little
see
too
the
much
post.
still. That's a little too
They
much
were like,
still. That's a little.
your nigga like this and everybody else.
Mhm.
That's a little too much
Right.
still. I still wish we could change the parameters on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so regardless,
Yeah.
tribe, relationships are work.
TJ didn't
So
say what your status was.
oh, sorry. Thank you for
Mm-hmm.
that, Mo. So my
Yes, I have
status,
to.
I am single and ready to mingle. I am in relationship with
Yes.
self,
Me
and
too.
I'm looking for a partner that has a strong relationship with self and is emotionally intelligent. Man, I have a list, and we're going to talk about that today in this episode because there's a lot of pee in the dating
Mm-hmm.
pool, tribe. But
Super
anyway, let
state.
me get back to what I was going to say. Whether you're married, I was speaking to some of my married friends and they're telling me they're like, that shit is for the birds. Cause I'm like, being single is for the birds. And she's like, being married is for the birds too. Cause it's a lot of work.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Relationships are a lot of work, tribe. Whether it's a relationship with your intimate partner, your friends, or your family, it's
Mm-hmm.
really important that you sit in with yourself and ask yourself what you need. And then I'm asking you, even if you are in a relationship, do you see yourself, are you settling?
Mhm.
Do you
Right.
think you're settling in your relationship? Do you feel like you're getting all your needs met? Do you feel like you are setting boundaries for yourself and holding your boundaries secure so that they get respected in your relationship? Um, and if you aren't, like, are you scared to get back into the dating pool because there's so much pee in it? Like, what's coming up for you? These are some questions that I wanted to ask you. And if your relationship, and I'm not telling you the grass is always greener. I am just saying that if your relationship needs work, put the work in. If your partner's willing to do the work, then that matters, right? Get counseling because there's pee in the dating pool. That's all I want to say.
Facts.
I have some stats for you
Exactly.
guys. So I did a lot of research before I felt comfortable bringing this episode to you. I watched a Netflix show. It's a movie called Love Guaranteed, and it literally talks about all of the dating apps that are out there in the universe and how they're like offering so much. Did you know how much these dating apps pull in revenue in
I'm pretty sure
2022?
millions.
5.3,
See?
over $5.3 billion.
Mhm.
Wow.
Nice.
I said millions, but we in billions.
Nice.
Okay.
No, billions. And it's
Wow.
worldwide. It's
Wow.
worldwide. Okay, tribe. So I did a lot of research, being committed to provide you with education, entertainment, and information, which is what we do here at the Sophisticatedly Ratchet Podcast.
And shake that.
And Shake Facts, yeah, and Shake
That's
Facts. And so I asked the internet, find me the best cities that, singles should be in. Where are people having the best luck?
You got the AI
And
telling you where to go date.
it said Las Vegas, Denver,
Mm.
Atlanta,
That's
Austin,
not him.
Milwaukee, New York, New Jersey, Miami, and Seattle. And according to
Okay.
Wallet Hub, it said that Seattle is the best because it has a huge singles social scene. They have a lot of restaurants, social clubs, venues for meeting other singles, attractions, outdoor activities, community well-being. And another statistic is that the cost of living in Seattle is low. And so to go out and have a dinner for two people is actually affordable compared to other cities. Depending where you're living, tribe, dating has a lot of factors that take place. It's your income, it's what's in your area, it's what you're doing tonight, your accessibility. And a lot of people have been going to dating apps. I feel like this is the new way of, or the new era of dating. It's convenient. What are some of the good things about dating apps for you guys?
Yeah, like I would say people it's on a mobile device. So you're checking in, you're sending whatever messages you're sending. So I think it's a little easier as per really like being, so for example, going out every day to literally meet somebody. You may not have to do that because now you
People are
have the
working
app
from
where you can just
home.
right, people right. So you're literally okay, let me send a message to this one. Let me send we matched here. Let me send a message to this one. And you're continuing to talk to that person until you're ready to go out on a date. Instead of just going out every day in hopes of meeting somebody, you're kind of setting that up now. And and having conversation before you go out. So I would say it's convenient. That's what it is. It's more convenient.
I agree.
Mhm.
Well, being somebody who's probably been on these apps more than I need and shit,
Mm.
I do feel like they give you intention depending on what you're looking for. I know I'm a pro, you know what I'm saying? But I remember like going through these apps and realizing they even had dating apps for cuddling and shit. Like if I wanted to just find somebody to cuddle with, I can open up an app, go through a list of women and be like, oh, she looks cuddable. And then I get that,
Cuddable.
Cuddle.
yeah, like you pick
Like
somebody to
cuddle it.
cuddle with.
They
Okay.
cuddle.
Yeah. So for
You
me,
got
it's
to pay
about
for that
like
service, or is that like mutual cuddle benefits?
it's mutual, I think.
Oh, okay, that's
It's
cool.
mutual.
That's cool.
So yeah. But usually it's like this person is also offering their services. So sometimes you'll have to pay for the cuddles. I never paid for the cuddles, but like
That's like
you
a
might.
safe type of sex work I
Yeah,
ain't
I
never heard
don't
of.
believe you. I don't believe you, Flash. I don't believe you.
Mhm.
Why would you not believe me? This is
How
not a
much
shake
cuddles
fact. This
cost? How much you pay for cuddles in
Yeah, how much you
2024?
paid for cuddles, Flash? Tell us
uh,
what you paid.
my cuddles are free, nigga. So
You follows on your W-2?
I wouldn't sell my cuddles.
I believe that, Flash.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, women would pay for that. They would have men come cuddle with them, or whoever come
Yeah.
cuddle with them. You know what I mean? I like cuddles and shit, but I cuddle after sex, so you know it's not gonna work if it's we ain't fucking. So for me, when it comes to these dating apps, I'm one person who's never had success on these dating apps. Like I've made it as far as a conversation for like a day or two, and the shit just never worked. Like I feel like a lot of people need dating app coaching, right? And
Mm-hmm.
because there's got to be something, because some of these niggas is having, like Flash was telling me he was getting dates every other week on this shit. So I'm like, all
Facts.
right, let me go on Tinder and try to get this. I put my sexiest pictures up. You know what I mean? I changed up my profile about 3 times. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Happy, loving, and sometimes like to read. Yeah, I was making shit up. I was just wanted to put shit that people wanted to hear. Like,
I'm
Right.
6'1".
I still, and then
Oh,
a
God.
chick will respond to me, and then I be like, "Hey, what's up?" And then we speak for like a day or two, and then she cuts me off, and I don't know what I did wrong.
Mhm.
Like, what happened?
Yeah, you need support. I could tell you. I could tell you what you did wrong.
What did I do
Mhm.
wrong? I was texting too long. I
Yeah,
was
like
texting too
invite me
long,
out.
maybe.
Like we're not here to be
Yeah,
pen pals. I literally have to put that on my page. Like we're not here to be pen
facts.
pals. I'm not FaceTiming you. Like I'd rather meet up in person. Like
Mhm.
you need coaching, and that's why
Speak-
you're in a relationship. So yeah, it's okay. When you're ready, I got you.
I
Right.
can't do online dating. I
Exactly.
just can't get it. Okay.
Did you have something else, Mash?
No, I was gonna say, as far as shit goes, I share the same experience. I've never been successful on dating apps.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I mean, I haven't really had to use them too often because I'm usually like from one relationship to another. But in terms of
Mhm.
like accuracy, I fail like all the time. Never score on a dating app ever. And I thought maybe if I like take my internet personality from like Facebook and put it on Tinder, maybe it'd apply. Nah, it don't work. It's a
Oh,
certain type of
wow.
recipe you need, and I don't know what it is, but like I said, I'm good, so I don't really need it. So sorry.
So, out of
Wow.
the 8,000 online dating services out there worldwide, the popular dating apps are Tinder,
Mhm.
Bumble, Hinge,
Yep.
OkCupid, Match, Plenty of Fish, and Grinder.
Yep.
That's for the
Okay, yeah, I've heard of
community.
that. Every last
Plus,
one of those.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yep.
So those are the most common.
Makes sense.
Where'd you get
And
your cuddles, Flash?
Yeah, tell us about your
I,
cuddles, Flash.
What site you
I
use?
didn't. I didn't.
be
I didn't get
kinder.
the. No, I tell you where I found it, but I didn't buy the cuddles though.
She said you bought them, bro. I said, where'd you find them, bro?
Yeah, our heads, we think you bought cuddles, bro, and you stop looking for where you pay, how much you paid for it. Go into your bank account and see how much you paid, bro.
Chill. Just show us the
No,
link.
all right.
Send us
So
the
so
link.
if I did pay for it though,
Yeah, that's
just
it.
know that the app was called it was called Cuddler, Cuddlr, but now it's known as Spooner,
Oh.
Mm.
Spoonr. But yeah, I remember seeing this and I was like, oh, I said this is a really cool app for people who just like want to, dry hump
Yo,
and shit.
Flash,
I
are
thought it
you
was
are you
cool.
okay? Are you
Yeah.
okay with your woman spooning you? Like, are you okay with your woman being big spoon?
It depends. Not all the time. And the leg got to be over my leg.
Oh,
Like it's a
okay. You
certain
like
Okay.
position
that.
where I don't
Yeah.
mind
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it
Right.
can't be like you can't just be like thighs on my butt. just like
Okay.
you can't pull me in like this.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. You so crazy.
There's a preference in cuddling. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yo, shout
Well
out to the
received.
tribe. If you ever want to get cuddled, we got a site for you. You can
That's a fact.
access
That's a
That's
that. I
fact.
didn't
right.
know that was a thing, but it's for you
There's a
now. You
lot of
can have
dating
it.
apps out there. Yeah.
I had no
Everyone
freaking
has
clue.
Thanks,
preferences.
Flash.
I don't know
Anyway,
Yeah.
why do I
Go
equate
ahead.
being little spoon to riding bitch? I don't know. Why do
Yo, chill out, bro. I like being Little Spoon. You better stop. I let you rock a minute ago. You was going in on my nigga, but I like it. All right.
Oh, Lord.
It's
Anyway,
not riding bitch. It's a very, very,
go
very, very
ahead,
comfortable
TJ.
position for everybody.
Tribe, we have merch. Make sure to check out the SoRatchetShop.com so you can get your merch today. We have hoodies, we have t-shirts, and we're going to be adding new items soon. So check us out today and cop yours. Anyway,
Yeah.
so when you're on the dating apps, usually you have to fill out your profile. You have to say what your intention is. And so my question to you guys, Tribe, is what's the ultimate goal in dating? Is it marriage for you? Is the ultimate goal marriage for you when you're dating?
dating for me, dating leads to sex. Okay, sex
Okay.
leads to more sex and steady
This man
sex,
said a piece.
Steady
and
sex. Okay.
steady sex, right? And once you have steady sex, maybe that is going to lead to a
More
steady
sex.
relationship. Okay,
Okay.
and then
Of
maybe
consistent
that
sex.
leads
Of
to
consistent
it
sex.
of
Mm-hmm.
consistent sex, right?
And
And
different
then maybe
types.
that leads to a steady relationship of consistent sex that turns
Mhm.
into possibly a marriage.
Of
Now,
consistent
marriage is a
sex.
possibility of consistent sex, but at the
Mhm.
end of the day,
Yes.
or
Mhm.
it could just be, we just find joy with each other and we stay with each other for a very long time, or we're
And
companions for life. I
and
don't
have
think that
consistent sex.
marriage for me and have consistent
Mhm.
sex, but
Yeah,
I
for
don't
sure.
Yes.
believe that marriage is the goal, and that's just me. And it's because I have been married, and I kind of believe marriage is for the birds right now. I'm one of those guys that I believe marriage is for the birds. I
But
feel
you,
like
Say
but
what you
that
it's
doesn't
said.
mean that you won't be in a committed relationship. You
no,
just
no,
don't want
that
to get
doesn't mean I won't
married.
be able to commit to it. I just don't really feel for marriage. Now, if I
Hmm.
ever do get married again, it'll be because my lady really wants it, and I really care about her feelings, and I really care that she wants it, and I want to be able to give that to her. Now,
Mm.
is it my ultimate goal? No, right? And I need y'all to understand. I said if I ever am in that situation again, or if I ever feel like that again. It would take a lot for me to get to that, because I'm gonna be honest with you, the way marriages are going these days is fucking terrible.
I think in actuality, for some, I'm going to speak of myself as well, but for some, the goal is to be married, right? You want to have a partnership with the person, you want to build with the person. But I also kind of agree now as I got older, looking at marriage, some people have been together for 30 years and not married, but they still have that partnership with one another and haven't been married. So I kind of look at it the same way too. Like, yes, if we want to get married, I'm for it. But if we can be in a committed relationship and we're still building and we're okay with not getting married, I may consider that as well. You see what I'm saying? But I think, I may consider that with marriage going on, but the ultimate goal for me would be to be married, right? It would be to be married for me, I'm saying. But I can also see the picture where if I look at the grand scheme of things, it's like, if we're together and we're building and we're doing all of these things and we're both okay with that and we're both progressing and nothing is changing really, do we have to get married?
Hmm.
So you look at it like that too. But I'm not opposed for it. I'm either way I'm good. But I think for the long term, yeah, I probably would want to be married.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
Mhm.
go.
Mhm.
So I believe you said if marriage is the ultimate goal.
Well, what is the ultimate goal?
Yeah.
Well for me when I'm dating, it's like I want to build the best type of connection with somebody that I feel empowers me. And
Mhm.
and I feel like choosing the right person is going to do that for you, especially if you're in just a certain place in your life. I also know that, yeah, I like consistent sex. And I think of marriage as one of those things where if I'm going to do it with a woman, I generally think it's honestly more so for a woman because I feel like I could be a companion and a lover for a very long time. And I can do that without being married and still have the same type of care and love that I do for a woman. But then I also know like we live in a world where everything is proven by results, and people will challenge how much you love a woman if you don't get married to her. And I guess my thing is this: if I'm gonna get married to a woman, it is gonna be because, like I said, she enhances my life, but also it's gonna lead to, in my opinion, hopefully, a consistent rapport with sex still, and then it should open up the doors for even more new shit. So I'm
Mhm.
okay and
Right.
I'm open to marriage, but I don't feel like it's the ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is building the best companion possible or the best
Nice.
lover
I like
that
that
I
answer.
can.
Right.
I
Yeah.
like that answer,
Absolutely.
Flash.
I agree with that.
Yeah, nah,
Mhm.
I agree with that 100%. I think a big part of well, what was the question? What was the ultimate goal in dating?
Yeah. What's the ultimate
Yeah.
goal?
What's your ultimate goal? Is it
Right.
marriage? What is it? What's your ultimate
I don't
goal when
know
you're
if my
dating?
ultimate goal in dating is marriage. I know my ultimate goal in dating is to be happy. I
That's what
know,
I was
Mhm.
gonna say.
you
Yes.
know,
Yeah. Be happy.
Mm,
to be full of
Mhm.
I like
enthusiasm.
that.
That's your that's I
That's what he
I
said
mean
Okay.
that's
on
cool.
your
That's
on
cool.
your
That's
joint, just so
cool.
you can't
That's
use
cool.
it.
That's
So
cool.
continue.
Yeah, you ain't
Timed you
shit.
out for 2
It's all
minutes.
good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
You got
I
2
think it's important
minutes.
for you to have happiness as the goal. like Flash said, marriage is a different type of situation. And when you think about the statistics when it comes to marriage, it's like staggering. You know what I mean? And I just looked it up in 2023, in the first 10 years of marriages ended divorce, 33%. So that's 33%. 2023, within the last 10 years, approximately 33% of people resulted in divorce. That's a hell of a number. That's wild. You know what I mean?
But it has nothing to do with you specifically, Mash. That's just
No,
a
Right.
statistic, right?
it
It
has a
has
lot
nothing
to
to
do
do
with
on
me.
your relationship.
It has a
If
lot
you're
to do
putting
with
in the
me.
work in your relationship, how does that, you know what I'm saying?
It has a lot to do to me. It has a lot to do with me because it's important that I'm aware of those things. To be
Mm-hmm.
ignorant of those things would be just foolish. And you can't be foolish when you're making decisions like that because you have a lot to lose, you know what I mean, when you go into a marriage and it doesn't go well. It doesn't work. It doesn't benefit men in those type of situations unless you have prenuptial agreements and those type of conversations in advance, which I
People.
think is important to have if that's a concern for you getting into marriage, right? I think that's really, really important. But I can't be ignorant to that information. That would just be foolish. I want to be happy. I want to make sure I'm getting consistent fulfillment in my relationship, and that's throughout the duration of the relationship. And I hope that, no matter what that looks like, that's just something that is the root of it. I want to be ambulant in my relationships at all times during the duration of my relationship. Ding me.
Mm-hmm.
As
It's
you
a
would.
bullion, bro. It's a bullion. A
Oh my God, I
bullion.
can't
Just
win
just
out
because
A
you
here.
wasted
bullion.
our time,
A
you
Bullion.
wasted our time
bullion.
for 2 minutes.
I
Bullion.
was trying to figure out what word to use. Embulant? The hell's embulant?
All
He
right.
I was
stole
like,
it.
I,
He
embulant?
stole
I
it.
A
tried to grab it.
bullion.
I'm
A
bullying.
bullion.
All
A
right. Well, you
bullion.
get the point. I'm complete.
You
Okay.
didn't.
Well, I agree with
Okay.
Mash in this. For me, it's really about being happy, tribe. Like, who wants to
Yeah.
be in a relationship where you don't feel valued, your love languages are not being met? Like, that
Mm-hmm.
shit is for the birds. And that's why I feel like it's
Mm-hmm.
not about being ignorant to the statistics, it's knowing the statistics, but also knowing that I have to put work into this relationship. And I
Correct.
think that's why there's so much pee in the dating pool, because a lot of people are not focusing on those things. Maybe they're looking for someone to just fill a spot or make them happy, but you got to work on yourself. You got to be ready within yourself, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what puts Pete in the dating pool. People that are just not ready, people that's just playing with your playing with your emotions, playing with your feelings, playing with your time. So yes. What were you gonna say, Flash, before I move on to the
I
next
mean,
subject?
you can't always say they waste them because you got to remember too, dating is not necessarily for marriage. Like, I may just want to fuck you, and
Okay.
that's what and they have dating apps where it's like, yeah, I'm just trying to put
Yeah,
some dick in your mouth.
grinder.
Like, what's up?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that
So
exists.
this is why I say like the
I
dating
thought that
apps
was,
are cool
ain't that the
because you
gay
can
app
find a.
though?
You said the
Grinder
what?
is a dating app for just LGBT
Yeah,
people
You heard what he
don't but
said.
don't but
community,
don't
but
bring that up in my segment though, TJ. I was talking about like
sorry.
a regular
But
app.
there's like
I'm
even
talking about putting
Tinder.
dick in my mouth.
People
She's like
say that
Why
grinder.
you
Tinder is
why
like
why
that.
she but why
So
you
put
gonna
some
put my
dick in your
man
mouth.
Flash on Grinder?
Sorry,
Right,
sorry. I
like
meant to say
like
Tinder. Okay, sorry.
I thought it was
damn, man.
I thought it plenty
Sorry.
of fish. I thought POF was more,
Disrespectful.
who
Tinder's like
put you on
people
Grinder,
say
bro?
Tinder's like that too, but I'm gonna let him get to his point and then I'm gonna tell you what I think. But go ahead.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I agree with you, TJ. You should try to find the right type of dating interface for what you're looking for. But I don't necessarily feel like it's a waste of time because I know women who personally just want to get dick down and they're not into the lovey dovey Gemini whatever
Mm-hmm.
bullshit that you about to spew and shit. It's like they just literally want some dick and that's it. So I said it to say, nothing is a waste of time if you find exactly what you're looking for and you communicate that. So
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just feel like that would only be a waste of time for someone like myself and people
mhm,
that feel like there's pee in the dating pool is if we're not on the same plane, right? If you're saying what
mhm,
you want, and there's an
true.
option for that, especially on Hinge because I'm on Hinge right now. If the option is, like figuring out my dating goals, it says what are you looking for, and if you're not putting, to be in a serious relationship, if you're saying figuring out your dating goals, casual sex, put that shit out there.
Mhm.
I think that's the
Facts.
important part is that, putting that out there and maybe having those conversations. So speaking
Mm-hmm.
of difficult conversations, when you do have these uncomfortable conversations, what are some of the topics? Like, what's an uncomfortable conversation for you guys when you're on a date?
Are you talking about on what, the first date, or are we dating regularly?
Like you're dating someone and you've been dating for a while. What's some of the uncomfortable conversations that might come up? Like, are we going to start having sex without a condom? Like, is that an uncomfortable conversation? Or what do you want? Do you want to get married? Do you like? Is that an uncomfortable conversation?
I think, well, another, well, this could be uncomfortable too, but it's real, right? You dating somebody, you may ask them like, how long, how many dates does it take before you get intimate with the person? That may be an uncomfortable question, but that's a valid question. Is it 4 dates? Is it a month? Is it 3 months? Is it 4? You know what I mean? So that topic can kind of be uncomfortable, but you also want to know, like, for that person, what it is for them, right? Because you want to make sure you're on the same page. Now, if they're telling you 6 months and you're like, hell no, I ain't gonna sit here and date you for 6 months before I get the pussy. You get my so I mean, those are things that could be a tough conversation, but they're real conversations at the same time.
Yo, I think chicks just be lying on their pussy all the time and shit. Like they don't be 100% honest about like how fast they fucking niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this chick probably ran through hundreds of niggas in fucking college and shit. She
That
gonna
ain't
tell
none of
you
your
she only had
business,
two
though.
partners. She gonna tell you she only had 2 partners and shit. So I feel like the how many bodies do you have? I don't feel like I'll ever get a straight answer from women as far as like
Does that
what
question really
exactly the
matter to
number
you,
is.
though? Does
I
that
mean,
question?
I feel like it would be an uncomfortable conversation for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind having that
But do you
conversation.
care
I'm gonna
about
tell
it?
her, I don't know. Yeah.
If I'm dating you, I care. If I'm dating you, I care.
So you want to know the number, Mash?
I care if I feel like you're lying about it. I care if I
There
feel
you
like you're
go.
lying about
There
it.
you
Okay.
go.
For me, I feel like one of an uncomfortable conversation would be like, like, if I'm on a first date and a bitch is like, yo, nigga, how much you make? I'll be like, what? Hey, excuse you, bitch? Like, who the how much do I make?
Yeah.
I mean, I figure a better question for that would be like, hey, what do you do? And then the bitch goes and does the math. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
How long you been doing that? You know what I mean? What's
exactly,
your
right?
rank
Like,
and your position? Are
don't
you a
come at
VP
me
yet?
like, yo, what's your your gross, your adjusted gross income on your taxes? Don't ask me that. You know what I mean?
You know what I feel is an uncomfortable conversation? I feel like you, and maybe this is just an ego thing again, but I don't know if I would ever ask a woman how much dicks she's had simultaneously in terms of, do I want to know that? And if I did find out that it was more than one, how do I feel?
More than
Because
one?
sometimes
More than one
because in my
simultaneously?
heart, like I feel like, damn, maybe I could accept a chick that took 2, but then if it's like 3 plus, my nigga,
Wait, she's
I
been
gotta
with
dig
3
deep.
plus people?
At the
No,
same
no, no. I'm
time.
talking
At
about
the same time.
simultaneously at the same time. At the same
Simultaneously.
time. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
talking about the
okay.
same time.
Ooh, okay.
And because I believe in like cool freakiness shit and this and
We
the third.
talking
This is
about
what I'm saying.
trends. Like how many
Yo,
people she
not
been with at one
yeah.
time? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
how many cocks is in front of her face at any given moment? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's a hard question to ask, and I'm not gonna ask all women that. And I've known I've been with women that have had like multiple cocks in their face. You know what I'm saying? It's just the reality of it. You run into these women sometimes, and sometimes part of me can be judgy about that, but I'm also trying to. I think once again, I think 3 might be my breaking point. I think 2 might be like all right, was it a one-time thing or was this like a consensual, like you was over their house every night, with this
Quick
chick?
question to the ladies. Have you ever wanted to suck more than one dick at a time? Like, have you ever fantasized about sucking more than one dick ever? Like, has that ever
Oh
been a
my
thing for you?
gosh.
Like double fisting
Just
and
curious.
shit.
No,
I have.
Never.
for me.
I
Okay.
have. And I think,
Tell me
but
more.
I've never done it. I've never had a
No.
threesome.
We're just talking about the thought of it. Just the thought of it.
The thought of 2 dicks in my mouth.
Uh-huh.
Mm-mm.
Not at the same time, but like in between. I could see that.
Oh, back and
Like one
Yeah.
nigga just banging you on your head real quick, and the other nigga
One nigga hitting it from the back, and then you turn around and you doing the same position with the next dude. Like you doing.
I mean, that's different. That's different. I thought we were just talking about sucking D part.
See, that's the wait. That's my problem with chicks. Chicks be like, oh, I thought you was talking about this right here, and certain things
No, she's
disqualify
asking
from
for
that
clarity. How
situation.
is that an
No,
issue?
wait.
You
No,
just
I'm
trying to
talking in
make it seem
general.
like she's guilty
I'm
because she's
talking in
asking
general.
for
He's
No,
going.
clarity.
He's
but
going
like,
somewhere. He's going somewhere. He's going somewhere. He's
technically,
going
going
somewhere.
nowhere.
He's going somewhere.
technically,
Go
I
Shake.
didn't
Go
have sex
Shake.
with them at the same time. I had
That's
sex
not what
with
she
one
was saying,
this
though.
time, and then I
Well,
went in
that's
the
not
They
what
took
I'm
other room
turns.
and
saying
had sex with
because
him.
They took
Mash asked
No,
a
it
turns.
particular
wasn't
question about sucking
simultaneous.
D simultaneously. That's what he asked, and then you said something completely different. So that's why I'm like, well, that could be different. Mash asked about have you envisioned giving head simultaneously to two people? That was his question.
And in Mo's head, it was like two dicks in her mouth at once.
In her
She could
mouth.
barely open her
That's why I
mouth
was
for
like,
one.
Overwhelmed.
I could barely open my mouth
Overwhelmed.
for one. That's why I was like,
That's
nah,
why
I
she
can't
said
do two,
that.
nigga.
That's why she said
That's
that.
why I said that.
So let's repaint the picture. It's not at the same time, at the same, but just they take turns. Let's say you have two different types. You had two different preference of. Would you
It's a
be all
light
right
skin and
with
a
that?
dark skin dick. Yeah.
For me, I'll just be honest. When I'm watching porn, that shit is a turn on. Like I'm thinking to myself, like that's a turn on. And in my head, it's more of a turn on than it actually happening. Because
Mhm.
for me, I've never had a threesome. I don't even know what it would be like to even be put in that position. I would have to feel super safe with the guys that I was with, that they weren't going to take advantage of me and things like that. But when I'm in my bed late at night and my Hitachi's there and, I'm scrolling through Pornhub and I see that, I can definitely envision multiple dicks in my face, like,
No,
Nice,
nice.
nice,
yeah,
Just like,
that's a
ooh,
vision.
just
That's a turn
fly.
on
Yes.
in the head.
Shout
I
out.
think
Yeah.
I think that conversation needs to happen on the first date. That conversation should happen on the first date. We should have those type of discussions with
I'm
people on
not
the first
having
date.
that type of that's why you're in a relationship, because you would not last in
See?
this
That's
peak.
inappropriate.
TJ, that's why he never made it from the website, from the dating website.
Facts.
Because
His
that's his
his,
thought
his dating
process.
app was like, I need to know how much dick you sucked on the first.
Yeah, that's why people ghosted you.
You see how he just asked us now? Like, yes, in a fantasy
Check a
world, I
box.
probably can envision that, but I haven't done that in reality, right? So that doesn't mean I'm going to do it in reality. But yeah, if I'm like you said, if I'm fantasizing about it, yeah, and I have my vibrator, it's like, yeah, I can see going back, but reality wise, I've never experienced it. And yeah, exactly. That's why I said, yeah, reality wise, fantasy wise, yeah, I could probably see that.
So
Absolutely.
you'll be okay with dudes asking you on the first date, "Hey, what's your freakiest fantasy?" Like, I want to know.
No, not on a first date. Not on a first date.
I have
not
asked
on the
that.
first date.
Believe it or not, I don't like to go
On a
sexual.
first date? Oh, yeah, because that's how I feel. Yeah.
Believe it or not, I don't like to go sexual, especially on the first date. It's just a little too much. But I will say, we did an episode one time, and it was like, "What's the freakiest thing you've ever done?" And I remember that being so fresh in my mind that I did ask that to somebody on the first date, and I had to make sure that I wasn't going to judge them after it, because it was super. It was a lot, and I wasn't expecting it. Homeboy said he went to a sex party that was full of transsexuals, and I was like, "Ugh, why did you be just like?" And I said, "God, you know what? That's the root chakra. I'm supposed to be here right now. I was supposed to ask that question because that is a red flag for me. That's a flag on the play." And I literally asked him more questions. I was like, so
Why is
did
that a flag
you
for you of all people?
participate?"
Why is it a flag for you?
Because I'm not attracted to, I'm just not attracted to that. I'm not attracted to men that are attracted to other men. I'm attracted to women. I'm attracted to even sometimes even like a masculine presenting woman. I'm attracted to men too. But although I respect men that are with other men, am I attracted to that? No, that's not my preference. So yeah, so when he shared that with me, I probed and asked more questions because I didn't want to assume. So I literally said, did that mean that you participated or you were just there? And he participated. And I said, and you felt you stayed erect and everything the entire time to do everything? And he said yes. And I said, "Did you tell anyone? Because I want to know how open you are with this. Like, your friends know?" And I said, and he said, "Yes, his friends know." And I said, "What did they say?" And they said, "Blank is a wild boy." And I said, "Okay, so your friends know that you about that life, and your dick stayed hard the entire time to go through with it. You weren't skeeved out by
Wow,
seeing
girl.
balls. So to me, God wanted me to ask that question, but that's not something I typically do on a first date. And yeah. Go ahead.
we don't kink shame on Sophisticatedly Ratchet. We do not kink.
Nah. We don't
Not at
kink
all.
shame. We just tell our ultimate truths. But you know
Go ahead.
what? I feel like that's such a great question because that will definitely tell you
Uh-huh.
if you just out of somebody's league, like because
Uh-huh.
that's the moment where you get to say like, all right, I need to walk away, like
Mhm.
because there are things that are gonna happen that I know I'm not ready for,
Yeah.
and you know I've
Yeah.
understood women's sexual fantasies. Like I love when women tell me like, oh, you know, I've always wanted like, you know, 2 dicks, and women have put me in their books as far as like, okay, invite him over when, you know, I need a train ran on me or some shit like that, and I love that because it's like, damn, you get to be open and honest about, you know, what you want.
Mhm.
And I think it's dope. But I also know like for women that I'm dating, based on that question and that answer, I also know like, damn, this is gonna be short lived.
It don't have
I'm
to
gonna just be
be. It
honest.
don't have to be. You might have
No.
just met your
No.
person because you like
Uh,
sex parties, Flash. You
I,
like
I
those.
do, I
You like
do.
those ebullient things. You know what I mean? You like
a
those
bullion.
Ooh,
A
okay.
bullion. A bullion.
ebullient.
Bully.
Okay, ebullient. Mm.
No, we give it to him. She tried hard. That was good.
He
We
gave
don't give
it
a fuck
to him,
about
man.
math though. You
He
came
gave
at
it
us.
to him.
Um, but
Yo,
nah,
yo,
but no,
no.
TJ, you go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Go for it.
No, I was gonna say, for me, I feel like sex has to be brought up on the first date. TJ said she don't like
First
talking about sex
date.
on the first date. First fucking date. No, shush, hush.
That's why
Okay,
you
I feel
get
like
ghosted.
sex
Yeah.
needs to be brought up on the
You
first
seem
date,
too ebullient
and I
about
need
this
to see.
topic, Shake.
Yeah,
And I don't think it should be brought up on
I
no
am,
goddamn
and I
Women
first
feel
are
like
date.
playing. Women are playing
women
that.
Yeah.
should get more
No, not on
comfortable
the first
with the
date.
talk about sex, and I feel like the conversation eventually needs to lead to some type of sex if that's where you want to go with it, and you need to see where they stand. But go
I
ahead,
want to say
go
one
ahead.
thing, just one thing, really quick, Shake. I'm not disagreeing with you, right? Yes, in while you're dating, a conversation about sex will come up. I'm just saying
Not the
it
first
shouldn't
date.
happen on the first date.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
I'm not saying it should not come up. I'm just saying the first date, I don't think it's really appropriate on the first date. Maybe on the third date, because you don't even know. First of all, you don't
I'm
even know if
not
you're
even.
feeling this person yet. So
I
now,
might not even fuck you. My pussy not even wet for you, and you already asking me about sex stuff. Like, my pussy dries
all I'm
up
saying
in
is the
that
first
sense.
date, it may not right. I'm just saying the first date, it may not be appropriate. I'm not saying not to have the conversation about sex because we got to be
Mm.
realistic here too. I'm just saying the first date, I don't think so. I said in a part, I am agreeing with you, but I just disagree with it being on the first date. That's
See,
what I'm
your
saying.
problem. Your
Yeah.
problem is when you hear to talk about sex, you think about the way it comes out. My thing is, you need to make it so
Okay.
casual in the conversation that she don't even realize she's talking about sex already, and you continue the conversation. That's how good you need to be with this shit. You cannot be
Mm.
weird about talking about sex with women. You need to make it very casual. You know what I'm saying? And then you can get into some of the nitty and gritty. Because to be honest with you, I need to have that sex conversation to make me understand whether I want to go out on a second date with you. Do I want to go out on a second date with you? Do I really want to spend more time on this? We need to talk about sex. And if you feel uncomfortable talking about sex on the first date, obviously, guess what? You're not
They're
you're
not for
not on my
you.
level. You're not on my level.
That's
Yeah, they
So
not
we
for
need to
exactly.
you.
be I need to
That's
move
it.
That's
somewhere else.
exactly
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Unless I made it uncomfortable.
I got a homie who don't take shorties on dates. He meet them on these apps. They talk, and when they had these conversations, they establish all of those things in advance.
Mhm.
So I think that it's important to just keep in
Mm,
mind that dates are a luxury for some people. Some people don't even get dates, and
yeah.
they still give up the box. Like this is
Mhm.
just how some people move. Some
Mhm.
people are more
Mhm.
ebullient about it than others.
I bully it.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead, we'll give it to you.
He's
Bullying.
trying so hard. He
Mm.
got it. He got it. He
Give
got
it
it.
to
He
him.
did it right.
I tell
He
you,
got it.
Yeah, he did it right. He got it done. Good
My
job,
damn,
black
I
homie.
gotta
always
fight
trying
for
to get you.
everything. I gotta fight for everything too for nail around this motherfucker. I love
All
it
your
though.
life,
Keep going. Let's go.
every episode.
I
I
love
think
it.
another uncomfortable conversation, well, two things is, and I've done this and I was like, oh shit, I fucked up because he was cute and everything. Um, he did have a child, and I can't get it out of my head. I was in the military, and one of my
Mm.
homeboys from the military, they're like my bros, and he told me, when you got a baby mama, you will forever be able to fuck her. Holes bar. Like forever.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to, you could always fuck her.
Mm.
And I was just like, really? So I'm on the date with the guy, and I literally said to him, "You still fucking your baby mama?" Like that was a very and I know that that was uncomfortable for him. The way that he responded to me, I was like, ugh, But that's an uncomfortable conversation. Another one is, like, where's your money going? Are you paying child support? Like, are you on child support? Like, that's a very uncomfortable conversation as well.
Yeah,
It
it's
is, but
different.
it's
I think
necessary.
But it's
that conversation can happen, but you can do it
Yeah.
differently. I would say, how involved of a
Correct.
parent are
Yeah.
you in your kids? Like, do you raise your kids? Are you involved? I feel like that's a
Mhm.
good way of
Correct.
prying
Right.
without saying, like, do you pay child support? Like, do you see your kids? Do you interact? Do you make them breakfast? Like, are you like that involved as a parent? I think that's important.
Right.
Mhm.
No, that's true.
Facts. I
I
mean,
That's
agree.
a fact.
if he see the mom more than he see the kids, that could be a red flag.
That's a problem. Exactly.
And
That's a
that
problem. That's a
happens.
problem.
That
But yeah.
happens. It's the priorities. It's what they care about. But anyway, I'm gonna move it along. I'm gonna just say
Oh,
the next topic that I wanted to get into is that there's a difference between what men want and what women want. Actually, this is still on the same topic because Shake, you kind of alluded to this a little bit when you said my goal is just sex. And a female's goal is ultimate relationship, possibly family, commitment,
Mm-hmm.
marriage.
Correct.
And so
Mm-hmm.
Mash, you had a ratchet thought. Go ahead and share your ratchet thought with the tribe.
My ratchet thought stems from some research that I conducted before this episode because I too
research.
want to make sure I'm giving the best content possible to you, tribe.
True story.
So
Okay.
Forbes did a study, and they said males are more likely to have met someone on dating apps, and it have led to an exclusive relationship 75% compared to 66% of females. Right now, with that in mind, it makes me believe my ratchet thought is men and women have different perspectives when it comes to dating. Women date up, men date down. This is my ratchet thought, and I want to know if you agree or disagree, tribe, or is this
Hmm.
sophisticatedly ratchet? That's my ratchet thought.
And tribe, you guys
Mm.
know ratchet thoughts. They're very similar to burner questions where we ask you a question. Well, no, Mash says his thought, and you say whether you agree by saying yes, disagree by saying no, or sophisticatedly ratchet. And so for me, and while everybody else runs to get their burner question cards that you can get for free too, by the way, tribe, all you got to do is DM us and we'll send you some
Mm-hmm.
cards. But what's your answer to that? Women date up and men typically date down. And I am going to say the same. So TJ, said sophisticatedly ratchet. Flash says sophisticatedly ratchet.
Damn right.
Mo says
You know,
sophisticatedly ratchet. And Shake,
Yeah.
what's your answer, Shake?
My answer is yes. I don't have my card on me right now, but
That's
it's
fine. Go
yes.
ahead. Tell us
Okay.
why. Tell us
unprepared.
why.
Oh, my answer is I agree with Mash because it's true. I mean, men are okay with dating women who aren't financially on the same level as them because we don't one of the episodes Mash had stated that we don't ever worry about their finances because we don't have access to their finances
Facts.
and we can never think about having access to their finances. I agree with that.
Mm,
So I'm just worried more. I want to find a woman who has drive, though. I want to find a woman who's
ambitious.
not complacent where she is and actually wants to do something with herself. I don't want nobody who's not doing anything, but I can definitely work with a woman who is not at the top right now and she's trying to get there. You know what I mean? And so when you say dating down, yes, even if I'm at the top of my career, right? But I think that's different when it comes to women. I think women don't want to date that guy who's still,
Figuring
in
it
the
out.
exactly.
Figuring
They
it
don't
out.
want
Don't
to they don't
nobody
want to
want
date that
nobody
guy
who's
who's still
figuring it out.
and I'm not saying all women because you can't say all women. Some women are just they'll date anybody, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm saying for the majority, women, especially on these dating sites that I keep not getting no dates on. when I used to be on it, let me preface it with that.
RFB.
Or
He's reformed.
RFB.
Reformed. He's reformed, tribe.
Okay. So I said sophisticatedly ratchet because I can see there's two ways,
Mm-hmm.
twofold.
Mhm.
I believe that and it's your ratchet thought, Mash, but I also see men that date above their league, right? That they want to go after the girls who got their body done, the girls that's wearing that, and they think that they can afford that. And they tend to go for those girls instead of a regular chick who works a 9 to 5 and
So
who's doing those things.
date
Well,
or hit on.
Date.
Hit on
I'm
or
saying
date
date.
I
because
don't think
usually
chicks that got their body done is dating up.
that's
No,
I think
To
chicks who
some
got
dudes
their
it
body
is.
done are not dating down. That's what I'm saying. Chicks who got their body done are not looking for niggas who work at Wendy's.
not at all.
They're not looking for that nigga. He's looking for her, sure.
I'm not talking about her looking for him. I'm talking about there's men
Right.
who should not, that to me is dating up, right? Because you said women date up, men date down. So there's men that would try to date up by dating someone of that stature,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's what I'm saying. I said I could see it twofold. I also see where females are dating down and building their guy, right? Because they see that he may have the potential to do something, right? They may not be on the same financial level, but because she's backing him, they're able to create something together when they're building. That's when they're dating as well. That's what I'm saying. I see it two ways as well. I just don't see just or overall women dating up and overall men dating down.
I agree.
I
Well,
can
I
see
agree with
it
that, Mo.
either which
Why are you
way.
laughing so
That's all
hard,
that I'm
Flash? Go
saying.
ahead. What's the
Yeah.
No,
philosophy?
because
What is the
no, because
philosophy
I'm
behind
I'm
it?
Yeah.
laughing because I am thinking like what Mo is saying and what dating
Mhm.
up to me would mean. Because I have these fantasies sometimes, and I'll
Mhm.
be like, oh yeah, man, I would love like a Halle Berry or something back in the days and this, that, and the third. But
Mhm.
when I think about it, I would probably, if I was to get put in that situation the next day, I'd just be sitting there like, all right, all I can do is fuck. Like this is it. This is all
This is
I'm
it, right?
here
That's all
for.
I could give.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have
Right.
enough money to buy you half the shit you have already. You know what I'm saying? And I get that. And at the same time, I've never been in that experience where, granted, I've had probably like little sugar mamas and cougar mamas here and there that wanted to buy me shit, but I've never been in a relationship where, if we're talking about financially, that a woman is providing for me at a certain extent. However, I did say sophisticatedly ratchet because I think people's perspective of dating up is very all
Mhm.
over the place and nuanced
Different.
because from a man's perspective, we apply, like we can say that because, oh my gosh, like yes, maybe her financial state is not something that I would take a look at. But when I think of dating up or down, I only want to date women that technically still kind of are up, and it doesn't have to be in like the financial sector. For me, it could be, she's got maybe some type of spirituality about her, some
Mhm.
type of essence, or how she loves nurturing, whatever the case is. Because for me, that's still dating up because it allows me to enhance a lot of the shit that I do around my life and how I connect with her. Because if I'm with the right type of woman, everything increases, even from my income, her income,
Correct.
and a lot of the other shit that we're doing. So when I think about dating up, technically, yes, I always want to date up, but I also know there are levels of women who maybe I'm also ready for in my life,
Mhm.
and sometimes you got to date around something that seems more realistic, because certain changes, if you just go from maybe from a common dude and you dating a superstar or some shit the next day, you may not even know what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? With that type of lifestyle, that type of person. But I do believe, like, yeah, there are certain traits that I don't look at women where I'm like, I can judge you so harshly on this, and that's why I
Your
can't date. But
your
I date.
your
It is what it is. That's how I feel.
I actually agree with that, Flash, because I think what comes into it is preference. And that's why I said sophisticatedly ratchet. Everybody's preference is different. So the things that matter to me may not matter to you. And so and like I said, as a woman, and I think when we brainstormed this episode, I said this then, and I'm going to make sure I say it on this episode to represent and say that, you know, preference really does matter. From a woman looking, at a man's perspective, I know that you guys are very physical, you like sex, you want your girl to look bad, but do you choose the one with the PhD that's not as attractive, or do you choose the one that has the fat ass? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you choose? And then also, let's also talk about the one with the fat ass may not be the one that's giving you words of affirmation, that's cooking for you, that's sucking your dick every night. So what is up? What is down? Like, it's all about perspective, and it's all about your preference. You know what I'm saying? And what matters to you. Yes, I would prefer someone that was financially in a good place, so that it's less work. But
Less. Yep.
it's less work. You know what I'm saying? It's carrying the load.
Mhm.
What if I do want to be in my feminine energy? What if I do want to have kids? And does that mean I'm gonna have to, like, because I'm watching some of my friends, and this is a real topic. You know, you have a baby, 9 months of carrying a baby is a lot. I know bitches that are
Mhm.
working until their very last day that they drop that baby. And then they now have to
fact.
deal with why I only get 3 months to be with this newborn that is sucking the life out of me, that I don't even know myself anymore. So it's a lot. And if I had a partner that could sustain. And I'm looking at some of my friends and their partners are not in a position to support them. You know, like they have to think about, I got to go back to work. I got to figure out childcare, you know, and so financially from a woman's perspective, that matters to me. Like I would want to be with someone that would be able to hold me down until I could get back to my body, get back to myself, especially after having a child. So I think some women do think about that if they're thinking about family, when they're thinking about, you know, ultimate goal of family and marriage. But I think preference and yeah, what was the other word that I was looking for? Whatever. It matters. Yeah, I lost my train of
Now
thought.
you're a
Sorry.
single mom. Now you're a
Okay.
single mom.
Yeah, and it
Let us know.
happens.
No.
And it happens. And it
You seem too ebullient about that, Shake. That was too much for me. Like you seem so fucking excited about that bullshit. Oh, now
what?
you're a
Why,
single
why
mom.
would you be
Now
so
you're
excited
single.
about that?
Why would you be so excited about that?
Yeah.
No, it's actually
Anyway.
a TikTok meme. It's pretty funny.
Oh,
No.
okay.
But I think that the statistic
Go
itself
ahead.
that men are 75% more successful than females. Like, why do you think that is? If
I know why. Because
Mhm.
I feel like when men are
Patriarchy.
ready, they're fucking ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I've been meeting a lot of guys on the app that are ready and they have their long list. Shake, you was thinking that women have their long list, men have their long list.
Women are
Mhm.
ready. They got a list.
When they're ready, yeah.
It's when they're
Yes, when they're
and
ready.
a girl talked
Hmm
about this on
Mhm.
Instagram the other day. She was like, "Yo, I'm watching my brother. He spent 7 years with one chick,
Yes,
never
I've been.
and never it was engaged to her, you know, nothing like that. And he met this new chick, and they've been dating for under a year, and they're engaged and planning their wedding. You know, so I really feel like it's when many men are actually ready. You know, there's a lot of men that just want to fuck. There's a lot of men that are just not ready for that ultimate goal, and then you have to wait for them to just be ready.
I wonder what the difference in the woman was too. I bet she was pretty different than what he was used to for him to make that change.
Possibly.
Yeah,
I mean,
You know.
it
possibly.
could be. It could be. You know, her setting
Could
boundaries.
be. Yeah.
You know
Right.
what else? You know what else? A lot of times, men while we're dating, we look at things. We're dealing with this with the women that we're dating right now to create this list of things that we don't want to have to fucking deal with. All right, like I'm sitting here like. Do you have a close relationship with your baby? Oh, wait, do you have a baby father? Do you have a close
How
relationship
many
with
do
your
you
baby
have?
mom? Like, are you arguing with your baby father all the time? How often does this nigga come by? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else? What else? You know what I mean? Do you have any thoughts of like, do you expect me to take care of you?
Nah,
Like,
ask
you
her
know
if
what I'm
she got
saying?
good credit. Ask her credit score. That'll
Credit
really
score,
piss her
all that
off. Ask her credit score.
crazy,
Hmm
crazy. Because at the end of the day, I feel like our experiences with women help us figure out when we are ready. What we're looking for in a woman. And I think maybe that's why it's so much easier for guys to find a woman because we know what we're looking for, right? We know exactly the type of woman we're looking for, and we are not. And I'm not gonna say we don't compromise on that. I'm just gonna say we know what not to fuck with, right? We know the type of chick we're not gonna, because chicks or some women, I know there's women out there that's like, why is it never me? And I know this is gonna trigger some women, but why is it never me and why is it never me? Like, you got to figure out what's the reason. Maybe we need to actually create that dating app where people can actually make comments about why they broke up with you. We was
Yeah,
actually talking
yeah,
about it a couple
yeah.
Hmm.
years back,
Relationship
and you can
Carfax.
actually
Hmm
you can start figuring out like what it is about
What's the
me
Kelly
that
Blue
I
Book
can never.
value in this, bro?
I'm never this guy. I'm never the one who's in the relationship with this guy. I know some women that'll say after a guy dates me, he always finds the next woman he's super serious about, and it always happens. It always happens that way for me. You know what I'm saying? And you need to figure out what is it about you that he doesn't want to be serious with you, right? What are you doing wrong, right? What's
But you
what's
don't
wrong
also
with
have to
what's the
internalize why somebody
consistency in
didn't
this
want to take you
relationship?
seriously. That's not your issue,
Mm.
sis.
No,
I
I
don't
get
want
it.
any
I
of
get
us to
it.
take that
But
on.
if it,
But it is important that we do self-reflect. So
hmm
I agree with you.
yeah.
I agree with you
But
to
if
a
it's
certain
multiple
extent.
men, that also matters too. If it's a
No, it
lot,
does
if
not.
it's
You're learning a
four or
lot about
five
yourself, and
guys,
you're learning about your
yeah.
boundaries as well. Like, and I
Right.
only say that for myself because I feel that way. I'm learning so much about
hmm
myself, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that I would have settled for and allowed in my relationship that I have to cut the I have to cut the ties. I have to like honor my
hmm
boundaries. And allow other
Mhm.
people to respect my boundaries, because if they continue to do it and I stay with them, then that doesn't help them and it doesn't serve me either.
True.
So
True.
Right.
I think that's a little ambiguous. Yeah,
Mm.
it's ambiguous. Anyway,
Mhm.
this segment is called No Bad Days, Tribe. Let him cue my music.
It's gonna be a great ass day. Because I'm saying it was
Mhm.
gonna be a great ass day. I won't accept nothing else. Nothing bad will enter my day. Say that shit like you mean it. Howl it. No bad days.
No,
No,
no.
no. No
Now I
bad
know.
days, Tribe.
I, look, I know you expected TJ to come in and just spew her energy, but I'm stealing her vibe right now. Okay, I'm stealing her
Yeah.
shine, but I will be
Sharing
combining
it. I'm
powers.
giving it
Yes.
willingly. I'm
Woo, that's
sharing
what I
with
like to
you.
hear. Give it to
Mm-hmm.
me willingly.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, you women. Stop trying to fight me, all right? But you know what we're not going to fight today? We're not going to fight the root chakra. That's right.
Okay.
And when I think about this, this is actually what I meditated on this morning. Usually when I meditate, I always try to pick a chakra and I focus on it. And today I definitely focused on the root chakra. And if you're not familiar with the root chakra, you need to go check out the color of TJ shirt because it's represented by that red color. Okay, that red aura. We love red. Yes, we like TJ doing things as well. But yes, we know that it's located near the base of your spine. I call it the gooch. Some call it the perineum. Some call it what's the muscle that you got to do the kegel. All right, you strengthen
Kegels.
your kegel,
Eagle.
do all of this type of stuff too. And I know you want to know, what does the root chakra do for us? All right. Well, number one, I think the root chakra is great if we want to focus on our security in the world. All right. And granted, we want to make sure everything's balanced, but this one is for feeling grounded, feeling secure. We use this chakra when we need to feel safe. And, if we ever need to feel support, this is a chakra that we also want to tap into as well. When we focus on the root chakra, like I said, it's about survival and all that good stuff. But I think it kind of is something that also helps us create better boundaries for ourselves. Sometimes you got to tell motherfuckers no. We had to tell Shake no not too long ago before this episode. And you know why? It's because we were
Facts.
all grounded in our root chakra. You know what I'm saying? We about this survival shit. Okay. So, but you know what else? And the reason why the root chakra is great as well, speaking of that, is because it represents willpower and determination. All right. So the better that you're kind of in touch with this chakra will emphasize how much willpower you have in something, or the ability to see something sustain its lifetime for what it's supposed to be. So yeah, that's a bit
Can I
of a
add
break.
something?
Of course you can, because we're combining powers.
Combining powers.
The twin
But just
powers.
to make it a little bit more practical for you, Tribe, the root chakra is you feeling grounded. You're exactly where you're supposed to be in this time, in this moment, in this phase of your life. Whatever's happening in your life, it's supposed to happen. You're supposed to be here. And your experiences is what makes you feel steadfast, because you learn from it. It's the lessons, like it's your knowledge, it's your wisdom. So just to make that feel a little bit more practical for you, Tribe. And I'm going to ring the singing bowl after that. Thank you for sharing that, Flash. So everyone, go ahead and take a nice deep breath in. And we're going to hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. Drop your shoulders down. Thank you for giving yourself that time, Tribe. You're at choice. No bad
No bad
days.
days. No bad
Wishing you a
days.
great day and a great week, Tribe. Anyway, this was a very good episode. We're gonna have to do multiple layers of this
All right.
pee in the dating pool, Tribe, and we'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Make sure you review this episode. Tell us your
Facts.
comments. Every
Yes,
time I
ma'am,
listen to an
queen.
episode with a friend, they're always like stopping the episode just to tell me what they're thinking. Tell us what you're thinking in the comments
Right.
right now, tribe. Make sure you hit the like button right now, the follow button right now, the subscribe button right now, and share it with a friend right now. What
Also, tell us what city you from and how's the
Right.
pool in
What's
your
the
city.
dating?
You know, we're very
Right.
ebullient to learn about how
Put
pissy
them in a
other pools
ding.
are. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely
I
say
love that.
as a resident of Atlanta right now, it's got some blue in the water, little here and there. You know, you can see what people pee.
Okay, it's
Mhm.
blue.
A little blue in the
Mhm,
water.
mhm, mhm.
Well, in New
Alright.
York, we got
So
fringes and shit. What's the word of the week, Mo? What's the word of the
everything.
week?
Oh,
The word of the
brilliant.
okay, so the word of the week. Everybody actually said the word of the week twice,
Good job.
Okay.
Wow.
except for Flash, who just right there at the end came in
Ooh,
with his third one.
buzzer
So Flash won.
Look at
beater.
that. Look at that. Pause that clap.
Yo,
Pause
we
that
want to
Yeah.
take
clap
a
because
second to
that
not
clap.
recognize
Yeah.
Flash and his win, but more so recognize everybody's engagement. I'm glad everybody got more
Yes.
involved with the word of the week today. That made it more fun. Clap
Facts,
it up,
facts.
gang.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody, for
Yeah.
Clap it
Flash.
Hey,
up.
Good
boo,
job,
Clap
boo
it
everybody,
flash,
for
up.
boo
Flash.
flash,
I'll sip to
boo.
that.
Yeah.
And if you're at home, make sure you sip to that too. Let's expand
Sip
our
to that.
vocabulary because we're sophisticatedly ratchet.
Mm.
Tribe, you can check us out everywhere you hear podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. You can just ask Alexa.
Everywhere.
We drop new episodes every Wednesday, everywhere you hear podcasts. So make sure you check us out, share us with a friend, and then hop over to our social media. We're on IG at So Ratchet Podcast. We're on TikTok at
Tap
So
in.
Ratchet Podcast. We're on
Follow
Twitter at
us.
So Ratchet Pod. We're on Threads at So Ratchet Podcast. And of course on YouTube where you can see our beautiful and handsome faces where you need to subscribe right now, meaning hit the follow
Bang the
button,
button.
hit the subscribe button right now. It's So Ratchet Space Podcast. Thank you for allowing us to be your number one podcast. And thank you for being you, tribe. You sophisticatedly ratchet.
Love you, tribe.
Facts.
We'll see you soon.
Appreciate you,
Peace.
Try.
We love you, tribe.
Laters.